as part of our continuing Politics 2.0 coverage on Net News Ledger. Here is Eric Melillo, the MP for the Kenora riding.
It's James with Net News Ledger. Joining us by Zoom is Eric, the Member of Parliament for the Kenora riding federally. Eric, thanks for joining us here at Net News Ledger this Sunday.
Thanks for having me on, James.
Federal budget is in. The Conservative Party does not sound very impressed with everything that Prime Minister Trudeau and the Liberals are proposing. What do people in Northwestern Ontario need to know?
Well, I think what the Stone speech showed us was a plan for more of the same from the Liberal government. They prorogued Parliament, shutting down their committee investigations because they said they needed to bring forward a new plan. But we didn't really see that. They committed to more of the same in terms of the health and the healthcare response and the economic response. And I think for Northern Ontario, Northern Canada more broadly, we've seen a government which knew about the severity of COVID-19 in December and sat on that information. They mismanaged our PPE and were slow to get critical health supplies to northern communities, particularly some of the remote First Nation communities. So given that they are content to stay on that exact same path, I don't think that that was the right choice for the direction of this government.
What would be the choices that the Conservative Party would like to see?
One of the things that we would like to see is, of course, some more responsive action in terms of getting critical supplies to the communities that need it, and showing that commitment. But also in terms of testing capabilities as well. There are many jurisdictions across the world who have improved rapid testing to get quicker results and be able to start contact tracing much quicker, which would be a benefit for not just Northern Ontario, but all of Canada. And this government, again, hasn't shown any kind of commitment to that or any sort of timeline on when we might see that be approved for use in Canada.
Now, one of the areas that I'm getting a lot of feedback from people across the region, the tourism and the outfitters are looking for help. Today, the Quebec Federation for Transport for Buses is literally begging for help. And we're watching the same thing happen federally and provincially with intercommunity bus service across, especially Northwestern Ontario. There's been some expansion, but a lot of places are still trying to get service, and it's been difficult. What could be done?
Well, I think what the government should have brought forward was a plan to get our economy back on track. Again, they promised a plan to continue on more of the same programs, which are the very programs that have left out the transportation sector, that have left out tourism in our region, and many people are falling through the cracks. I mean, the government in the Stone speech claims that they're going to create 1 million new jobs. Well, they also promised they were going to plant 2 billion trees and haven't planted a single one. So I don't have a lot of faith that through their government intervention, they're actually going to meet that goal. So we would really like to see a plan that focuses support on the industries that need it, that have fallen through the cracks, like tourism and transportation, and really provide the regulatory framework that these businesses can be competitive in and thrive, particularly our smaller businesses in northern parts of the country and rural parts of the country that I think have had tremendous difficulty with the pandemic.
As a member of Parliament from Kenora, and you've been doing duty in the House of Commons, what's it like? What do our readers need to know? How is the COVID-19 House of Commons functioning?
Well, it's very different for sure. One thing I'm happy with is that our party was able to negotiate to have the full powers of the House of Commons come back this fall during, really since last spring, when we suspended Parliament. We were doing virtual sessions, but we didn't actually have the full powers of the House for members like myself to be able to bring forward bills or motions. Really all we had was petitions, which are non-binding. So we have the powers back of the House of Commons. We're operating as normal, aside from the fact that it is a hybrid session. So I've actually been participating through Zoom with the House of Commons, which has been working. It's not ideal, but we've been able to make it work. And all MPs are sort of on a rotation for when we when we will be in Ottawa to ensure that we're cutting down on our travel and limiting the number of people that are actually present in the chamber at any given time.
You have a message for the people in your riding and for across Northwestern Ontario?
Well, I think from a general message standpoint, our Conservative team is continuing to fight for Northern Ontario, for Northern Canada. We feel it's a region that's been left behind, and this government is most recently committed to staying on the exact same course, which will continue to leave our region behind. So we're going to keep listening to the concerns on the ground and bringing those forward, and hopefully with the good faith of the government, we can bring some stronger policies forward.
And in closing, Eric, the Conservative Party new leader, Aaron O'Toole, is actually down with COVID right now. What are you hearing? Is he okay? Is his wife okay? Is everything in the family doing all right?
Yeah, I had a chance to speak with Aaron at the beginning of the week. Today's Sunday, so I guess last week, a few days ago. But he's doing well. He's not really feeling any symptoms. Feeling great. His wife as well, minimal symptoms and feeling good. Both kids, as I understand, both children of his, have tested negative, which is great to hear. So we're keeping him in our thoughts, and we hope to have him back in action as soon as possible.
I'd like to make our conversations a much more regular occurrence so that we can keep people up to date and provide really good balance in our coverage here on Net News Ledger.
Absolutely. I look forward to that. Please reach out anytime, and hopefully we can connect on the first try next time.
It's been a bit of a challenge, and some of that, were just as a little bit of insight, setting up a Zoom call is always fun because when you're at home, you're in the central time zone, and we're in the eastern time zone in Thunder Bay, and sometimes it's just trying to get everybody coordinated at the same time.
Absolutely. And I know with my office, depending on if we're talking to constituency staff or Ottawa staff, we still sometimes forget what time is which. And of course, the broadband connection isn't always as reliable as we'd like. As we experienced today, I cut out and missed one question. So that's another thing we're working on.
You bet. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to do, Eric. And I'll let you get back to a Sunday, hopefully having some fun with the day and having a little bit of sunshine. It's beautiful here in Thunder Bay today.
It's a little cloudy so far, but I think the sun's going to fight through here in Kenora. So hopefully I'll get out there.
Take care, Eric.
Stay informed and stay up to date. Hit subscribe, hit like, share this with a friend. Make sure you hit the little bell so you get notified the next time that we have a video up. Thanks for tuning in to Net News Ledger.